Halloween is about 2 weeks away, and I'm about to show you why this is the best time to invest in spooky Pokemon cards. Back on September 25th, I called this ghost type card, the Gravard Illustration Rare, at $9. I was so confident, I didn't even wait to put it in my under $10 Illustration Rare video. Today, 33 bucks. It's 266% gains in just a couple weeks. And here's what most investors miss. Ghost, Dark, and Psychic see a massive demand spike around Halloween. Collectors want the spooky aesthetic, and the supply dries up fast during this time. Today, I'm breaking down more Halloween-themed Pokemon cards positioned for similar explosive growth. Some have PSA 10 populations under 20. One could literally be 194 times the value if you hit the grade. Let's dive into the darkness. I may have stumbled on something that I'm going to look into more, purely just through looking through cards, kind of luck. But this Malamar EX is the Halloween lottery ticket. It's the full art. And you can see for the past year, it's been as low as $5, $7, and then it jumps up, and it's closing in $18, $20. The listings, can't find anything under. You got 2021, like I said, you can't see what the card looks like on this, and I would not buy from TCG Player if you're looking to buy. This is definitely going to be a needle in a haystack thing. There are only 16 Gem Mint 10s, and there's only been 156 graded. So that's right around 10%, and I know it's because who's sending in a $5 card from the XY to get graded? What kind of return are you going to get? Well, that's the only one I could find that got sold. 42 bids, $1,025. There's only one on here. You can get it for $3,500. So I went in and I looked. There are some on here, but like this is crazy. This person's claiming it's mint. I would never buy from that, but you can find some sub. But the one thing I do like about this is that you can check it out, because obviously with some of these pictures, and I'm just clicking on this, you can see like down here, the white down here. So that automatically, I'm not going to get that one. But it is something that you can go on here and look, and I'm sure these people are well aware of what's going on, but you may be able to find something that just posted this and is unaware of what's going on. So this is definitely worth the risk if you can find one with clean centering. The backs, I've noticed a lot of the backs are like this because I'm assuming it's such an old card. And there are a lot of spots within the ink, but if you can find something, jump on it. Up next is another full art EX from the XY era, and this one is, I love this card. This hoop is awesome. That Sinister Grim screams Halloween. This is one where the market doesn't meet the actual market price. When you look at it, they have it at sub $35. We have one listed for $90 here. There's nothing under $60. And this one, you can at least, that top one, you can see what the card looks like. But it's still kind of hard with the case, but that looks like it's got some white on the edges to me. The PSA 10 is $750, $650, $800. So this one, man, a month ago, that person actually ended up getting a deal. But there's only been sold four sold. When you go on here, there's nothing else. Low PSA, 152 out of 441. And that goes back to when we look at this. It's the same deal where in the past year, this is a card, people aren't going to be grading $14 cards. And then it caught on to the value of this card. And when you look on eBay, it's the same thing where it's $50, $50. But the nice thing about this, like, you can click on them. Excuse my Great Dane and her yell. And in this, it's cool because you can kind of see, but I can see right here the edges are scuffed up on the card, and it does look a little off-centered to me. And the back, just like the last card, there's no way that's not even getting an 8 or a 7. So it is something that's a needle in the haystack, but if you're the lucky one to find it, more power to you. It is a fun little hunt for these Halloween cards. My video on Sunday focusing on the evolutions and specifically the Evolving Skies evolutions, I focused on the VMAX, and the more that I look at it, I do think that there's a great chance that these are the next tag teams. You're looking, even though these aren't technically full art in the title, it is ultra rare, just like the tag teams. You got texture in the card, and you have some heavy hitters that got VMAXs. The Gengar already has taken off. It was a sub $10 card. The last I saw, it was over $50. This one you can still catch for $14 market price, and you can find some on here right around that price. And like I say, why do people list Chinese and Japanese? That drives me up a wall. But anyway, back to the point. You can get it for around the market value. It has shot up recently. I missed that spike in the summer. I was focusing on Scarlet and Violet. On eBay, the last one sold $190. So you're looking at an over 10 times return on your investment if you're able to, lucky enough to get that Gem Mint 10. 214, 210, who knows with the or best offer. I love seeing the ones with bids. I think that is a more authentic price. In this, it has the population is 2,285 out of 3,911. So it is over half. So the fact that the PSA 10 is worth this much shows you that there is collector value in this. You can also find some near mint raw ones on eBay, all for around the market price. So if you can't find anything on TCG Player, like I said, TCG Player, most of them you can't see the picture. eBay you can. I love that in eBay. Facebook Marketplace is a great spot to look at, and local card stores. I'm blessed to live in Las Vegas. We have card shows every weekend. So any of those options would be great. So yeah, Mew VMAX, definitely. The upside is huge. Be without an evolution. We have Espeon from Sun and Moon base, the GX full art. This has gone up from $9 in the past year. It got up to $15 in February, and then it's been bounced around. It's kind of plateauing, which when it plateaus like that, even though the sales are low right here, part of it is because there's not a lot of quantity. I think it is ready to go up even more. As I've looked back, these ultra rares from XY and Sun and Moon are we missed out on that initial surge, but I feel like they are the next big thing to go. You can find some on here at market. I have $5 shipping. It better come in with like a vaulted case, if you ask me. But anyway, the part of the reason for this is you only have 574 Gem Mint 10s. Only 1,756 have been graded. Same thing. This wasn't a super valuable card until the past year, so I'm sure the rate of submissions has gone up in the past year. It's only a 32% gem rate. The centering and print quality issues are notorious for this card. And although it doesn't show, like I say, I like seeing which when they have bids. I mean, this claims to sell for $400. The PSA vaults, I feel like, always go because it's got that PSA weight behind it. But there was one on October 2nd that sold for $305 with 16 bids. That is 15 times upside when you don't include the cost of grading. I understand the grading, if you were to send it in, does add on to the cost of the card, but it is something to definitely look into. And if you were to look on eBay, there are plenty of cards for sale. I wouldn't even mind, like, if you could get in on this and crack that. I'm a huge believer in buying the near mints and mints and cracking them and seeing what you can get with it. Now, for $57, it's probably not worth it. But same thing, they all have pictures. It's research that you can do. Try to get in on a good one. Here's one, another 8 that you can try to get. So at least you know you at least got a true near mint instead of these where it's the raw and people say they're near mint and they got dings or the back of the card's crazy. Last Halloween themed card, and I realize Sylveon's not spooky, but it is a fairy type and it is magical. Halloween is a magical season. So I wanted to include this. And also, don't be surprised if you see me hunting for more prize pack series cards to bring to you, because just like with the older, the GXs, it may be something to stumble on. Same thing, I understand that they are going to be really hard to find, but it is a thing. Maybe you luck out and you find a card like this, and it's something that you know that you can take advantage of. So this is going for $25, $26. And you can see there's one listed at it. The rest are well over it at over $30. And there's none that have sold. Even when I type in PSA for the prize pack 074, there is VMAXs, and I'm going to show this one in a second. This one, who knows what they accepted it for, but they asked for $3,000. There is a tag 9, $27 for 4 bids. So I may start using that strategy, looking for tag 9s or tag 8s. I know that they're AI based, but I feel like you can still maybe crack these, open them up, and submit them to PSA. All the other ones, 20, 25. Same thing, I like eBay because you're able to look at pictures of the card and scan it, which I just got beat out for the Malamar. My max bid was 26. Someone beat me at the last second for 27, but anyway. And then there's this one, $29.98. $30 for a PSA 8. I've seen tons of PSA 8s get cracked and they come back at 10. So even an 8 I would look for. And that's because there's only 6 out of 46 that have been submitted. And how I showed you the VMAX, this is well out of our price point, but I was just going to try to do some math. So this card is about 5 times more valuable. It's at 120. So 25 times 5, you got 125. It's been pretty steady all year. Same thing. These you can actually find, but both are low for sales. The PSA 10, that's the one that I have. Showed you on the other one with the line through it. And you can see there's only 5 of these. So let's say 3,000 divided by 5. Technically, I guess this could be a $600 card in a PSA 10. I wonder if it could be worth even more just because it's Sylveon. If it's got the EV boost, the evolution boost behind it. But this is definitely something that I wanted to show you all, and something to just keep in mind. When you're out, you find some really high-end play Pokemon series cards. There's Gengars, Sylveons, Umbreons. It's worth checking out what PSA 10s are going for if you find clean copies when you're out and about. Okay, so the total investment, including the Gravard, is around $190. You're looking at about $160 without the Gravard, if you don't want to count that, because I did include that for the win. I'm focusing on Malamar. I actually got a couple bids in on eBay right now going. I hope I get them. And I'm trying to find a good Sylveon. I think, obviously, they have the highest upside when it comes to PSA 10, but I just think those 2 cards are awesome. And my daughter loves Sylveon, so it's going to be for her. Hold through at least 2025, if not into 2026. Just like when I called the Gravard at 9 and it hit 33, the fundamentals work. Do your own research, check the current TCG player prices, and grab it before the Halloween rush ends. Which ones are you buying first? Subscribe for more budget Pokemon investing picks. Remember, the best time to buy spooky cards was last month. The best time is right now.